stream with Fresh and Fit. I simulcasted to my channel as well. It was just, I don't know. Here's the funny part. I've been doing media for 10 years. Like, I've sat there going back and forth with anybody. Soldier Boy, this and third. I always tell people, I love, like, the memes where Soldier Boy's roasting me. I fucking love it. And I see some people try to incorrectly read certain situation. It's probably, if there was anybody who has who would probably be the most numb to, like, say, fat shaming or anything like that, it would be me. In my comment section, I see it all the time. It's cool. Like, it's not even that it's cool. It's just like, you don't even react to it, right? Anyway, when it comes to content, though, when you got a new job and you ain't trying to, like, whatever. The way I acted with the Vic Mensa thing, like, I was like, oh, this is complex, right? But, like, these motherfuckers didn't look at it like, oh, shit, yo, he's trying to act professional. These motherfuckers just put out the clip. Like, yo, fuck it. Like, we don't care how he looks. That's not the case when it comes to, like, my content now, and I've grown since then. But I'll give the quick recap of what happened tonight. What the fuck is that noise? It was great conversation. Like, I thought it was an epic stream. Let me tell you this. I love getting on any podcast, anything, whatever, and I'm, like, going back and forth. Now, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be very fair. Like, there's a young woman on Fresh and Fit podcast tonight. Two things. She isn't a seasoned media professional, number one. But number two, she was intoxicated, right? And by the way, everyone was kind of drinking to some extent, but she was intoxicated. And, it's back and forth banter, back and forth, people trying to argue logic, people using example, people trying to call each other out. It's fucking conversation, and that's conversation I like. I like when people are kind of, bro, this ain't no fucking, like, safe space where, like, no, you're fucking challenging each other. That's bullshit, man. Hold up. Let me tell you why it's bullshit. Yo, hold on. Didn't you just say that, like, 5 minutes ago? Like, that's conversation, brother. Like, that's what I really enjoy shit like that, right? And, that's not just content for me. Like, that's, you guys looking at the content, that's just how I am. You know what I mean? Like, if me and you are having conversations with words, I've yet to see it where someone would take me out of character where I'm like, fuck that, let's fight. You know what I mean? A lot of dudes do that. And a lot of women, I know, do that as well. So anyway, me and Shorty for like a lot of the episode, we're kind of going back and forth a bit. And she's throwing, like, she got a couple little jokes, which I think is, it's all fun and games. It's all fair sport, right? I got a couple comebacks with her, right? She had stated in the beginning that she was like this. What was she said? She said that she was like, she was basically she said she was religious. And I think I heard that right, because she tried to change it later. She said, I didn't say I was religious. I said my man is religious. But then she kept saying how she defended the point of her having next to nude pictures on her Instagram, but she was, like, praising the Lord. You know what I mean? So I'm not tripping over it, right? Okay. So, listen, let me tell you this. I worked on a debate show for 3.5 years. If you wonder why anytime I go on Fresh and Fit or I'm down to sit down with people, I walk into the Lions Den. I walked into Adam's studio, and I expected everybody to have a point or try to, verbally jump me. No, I could handle my own. Okay, I worked on a fucking debate show with the likes of, like, Joe Budden, who was fucking a seasoned professional, just spinning me like the very first year. I had to figure out how to get my legs under me, honestly. I'm gonna be honest with that, right? And knowing how to say my point, knowing how to kind of, like, poke at other things and kind of get to where I want to get to in the conversation. So yeah, I don't even know why I mentioned that, but I'll get to it. So instantly off rip, that the thing about her being religious, I knew that's where the whole, like, in her whole fucking, you know what I mean? Because most of these chicks, they're coming on the show capping, like, most of these chicks are lies. Like, they got some fairy tale think in their mind that they're about to like just tell people, and it makes sense until you ask more questions. So I'm the person who says, let me ask enough questions, and I'm gonna figure out that you're just a fraud. And by the way, by the time I figure that out, it's too late. It's a snowball effect. Great content. She's kind of getting a little bit like, and by the way, I'll ask you guys what you think about like when I drink a bunch. But anyway, she's getting a little bit like really lit. You know what I mean? She's kind of cutting off Myron. And by the way, I know at times I cut off Myron too. But it also gets to a point where, and I think he always says this about deteriorating conversations, where I explain something to her. She's like, she can't complete the logic loop to be like, we get it. The girl next to me, who I was also kind of going back and forth with, explains the same thing to her, and she still can't get the fucking, like, she's like fucking bewildered, right? So I'm kind of looking, I'm like, she's a little bit off. Anyway, eventually she wants to leave, and she basically kind of says, yo, we've been going for a long time. I think we should either take a break. You know, again, it's the show belongs to Myron and Fresh. Like, they tell. And by the way, you know, honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If I had a live stream with 12,000 people, like that wasn't that reasonably late, and I'm still feeling energetic, I'm sorry. You could leave, whatever. Now, this is where, and I'm down to ask y'all, did I fuck up? Remember, it's still all jabs and jokes and this, that, and third, right? You know what I mean? Like, what I mean, like, yo, it's a talk show. You know what I mean? Like, you can't get in your feelings. So she said, yo, I got to go home to my kid. I didn't even know she had a kid. But it started to make a little sense because I was talking to two other women that had kids. And I realized she was getting the most triggered, but I don't remember her saying she had a kid. So these other women I'm talking to that have a kid, like, they kind of are getting it, but they're trying to present their counterpoints. We're trying to work it out. She's fucking getting in her feelings. I'm like, what's going on over here? Okay. Then she basically reveals at the end, I got to go home because I have a kid at home. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. The comment that broke the camel's back was when I said, oh, shit. So you've been here defending this whole time about Christian this, Christian that. You could do this, you could do that. And I believe like one of the like main things is like, you know, not having kids out of wedlock. Like, you did that. Triggered. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Fucking triggered. You get me? And she just kind of went off, man. Like, yo, she just looked at me and she was like, well, like, you know, you like you're fat, this and third. And honestly, here's the funny part, which, you know, I don't know if some people thought I was triggered about it. I'm not. I was trying to tell because they were about to kick her off right when I think Myron was trying to tell, like, hold on, let's have a discourse. And she looks at him and she was like, yo, and she's going on him. But anyway, I wasn't trying to get her kicked off. You know what I mean? Because I just see the great content. What I really was going to say to her is like, listen, despite what you might say about, you know, like, oh, yo, you fat, this and that, cool, whatever. I was just going to say, well, if you're saying that is frowned upon by God or whoever, I'm not touting that I'm over here serving God. Like, I'm not touting like, yo, I'm a child of the Lord. Everything I'm doing is I'm like, you've been doing this the whole show. You're saying you're all about the Lord, then you have naked pictures on your Instagram. That's not really Lord-like, right? You're all about the Lord, then you got a kid out of wedlock. So that's really all I was going to say to her. She's getting belligerent. Now, I'm going to tell you why I raised my voice with her. Honestly, I'm going to tell you why I raised my voice. She, while directing whatever, you know, jokes, like whatever at me, and also kind of like saying whatever ad hominem attacks to Myron, the women next to me, she kind of also started like, it's like, it's I forgot, she said a comment that it felt like she was getting at them. Now, again, you know what I mean? I'm not no white knight or nothing like that, but like me and her was going back and forth at it. Like, why you trying to beef with the chicks? So I think that's when that's when I was like, yo, shorty, like, I don't know who you really got smoke with. I don't know if it's me or somebody else, but like, the way you're moving right now, because like I think she was looking at the chicks and kind of saying something. And I was even telling the girls next to me, I'm like, yo, why y'all arguing with her? Like me and her going back and forth. You know what I mean? Also, I'm at this point, I'm thinking there's no woman that's gonna really challenge a nigga like that. Come on, like you out of your mind, right? So I'm thinking let's not have a cat fight or some shit. But I did say, I was like, yo, listen, shorty, like, I know you're a woman and anything, but like if there was really an issue with you, but I get some joints in here to really spank you out. I don't know why you think you acting big and bad type shit. Man, she turned it up a little bit more. She turned it up a little bit more. But then she did the same thing again. Or maybe it was the girls next to me. I don't know. But I saw like them, and I'm trying, like, you can look at my hand, I'm like, chill. Like, I'm trying to get the girls to chill out. Anyway, to make this long story, it's never gonna be short. She, I think I get up. She kind of gets up, or she kind of like, she hits like, it's like some Love and Hip Hop shit. She like hits the water, or there's a cup with something in it. Like, it didn't really hit me, but it hit the girls. So now the girls are upset. They're like, yo, what the fuck? Like, now they're, you know what I mean? You know, it's girl shit. Like, come on. It's like, yo, you ever watch Love and Hip Hop? Yo, you shook the table. Like, whatever, right? So the girls are kind of getting tight. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, they about to get into it. I'm still not even thinking me. Now I'm going to keep it 100 with you. So then she kind of stands up. Myron's telling you, just leave, blah, blah, blah. And then I ain't gonna lie, man. I added a little pepper to it. I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Yo, listen, man, go handle your business, man. Get your ass on out of here, man. Now I'm gonna keep it 100. Because also I realized she was trying to like throw water or whatever on me, like, right? Here's the funny thing. Even if she did, right, which she wouldn't have, but even if she did, it's like, right, it's water. It's literally liquid. The shorty walks out of frame, looks like she's about to go. That's where you see me kind of like, yo, all right, cool. Martin's trying to get her. And by the way, that's Martin's apartment. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's built a studio in there. If you've had any crazy chick, like these chicks could be breaking your shit, all type of stuff. He's trying to get her to leave. Yo, come on. She's still shouting at the girls. She's kind of still shouting at him, shouting at me. I'm shouting back. And then, while she's walking, she tries to throw another cup. Like, because I was like, yo, because I looked at her, I said, what are you going to do? So she tried to throw another cup. Myron kind of blocks it. And she walks out from, like, there's a little production part, right? Now, this is where, like, I started noticing her voice starting to get whatever. And you don't see this on camera. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? But I'm just telling you what happened. Shorty, like, my man's, and I'm going to keep it nameless. My man's look at me because I see his posture is different. And he says, yo, she just cocked her gun. I'm being 100 with you. Like, she just, you know what I mean? Whatever. We in Florida, by the way. Like, this is Florida. So it's like, this is, if it was New York, you hear somebody like once you hear gun, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, everybody running, right? But this is Florida. You know what I mean? Like, you have to assume, like, they give out concealed carry permits like it's like a fucking piece of cookie. Like, it's whatever. So she does that. And I'm going to be vague a little bit about this, but y'all should know why. And I always keep saying that, you know, it's all about defending yourself. You don't threaten no aggression with a weapon. You know what I mean? Any type of weapon should be ever used to protect yourself, not to further any more violence or, you know, to start violence. You know what I mean? This is if you really on some law-abiding citizen shit, right? So I see, you know, my man's is looking like, just we'll just say there's other people. Her hand is in her bag on the shit. Other people is now there. Yeah, you feel me? And I'm looking at this chick, and I'm like literally like in front of her. I'm looking at her like, yo, I'm wondering if she gonna let this liquor take her life. And what I mean, I'm assuming this is the actions of a drunk woman, because everybody's aware you got a weapon. You just did whatever. If you pull it out of your bag, you're about to. It's not. This is Florida. Like, you're not gonna just be like, "Hey, this is a stick up." Like, nigga, Myron already went to get his joint. Like, so, and I'm gonna connect some stuff y'all seen on camera. When by the time Myron says move to the left, she's outside the door. We just don't know if she gonna, cause we finally get her out. Like, she was inside with the shit in her hand. By the time she's outside, Myron's like, move to the left because, again, she's sauced. You never know. She might just pepper the door up. You feel me? There's women in there, people in there. Like, I see people like, yo, I got out of the way. Nigga, of course, nigga. The fuck? You know what I mean? Shorty is salty as hell. She might be outside just like, I don't know what she got going on. You feel me? Like, if you thinking about your child and you would be in a room like that, knowing that, come on, man, like, so somebody says, nah, it's not. Y'all keep talking about this acting tough thing, bro. Like, y'all gotta stop, bro. Like, bruh, if somebody pulls a gun on you, what you finna do? You feel me? So anyway, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I hope she looks back at this and realize I don't even mind anything else besides the fact that she went over to her purse or bag or whatever and was doing all that other stuff with a weapon. This is Florida. The mere fact she had a weapon in her hand while niggas already asked her to leave the premises, and she's cocking it and she's whatever. Somebody could have done something and it would be warranted. So, I know she probably like sauced and whatever. And obviously, there's precautions and lessons to be learned in that. I'm pretty sure like when it comes to Fresh and Fit, they're not looking at it like if there was going to be an issue, they're not thinking the girl is going to have it, right? They're probably like, well, if the girl comes with a man, but nah, like, yo, this is Florida. Like, yo, people are off that K2, like, you know what I mean? People on that PCP, people off them pills. Like, Shorty was moving like she was like a zombie. You feel me? You never know. She was off that shit. So again, it didn't matter. But I think, going forward, and I'm pretty sure they will take this into precaution, you might have to do a little bag check. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to invade people's privacy, but now when you think about what could have happened, you go through their bag and, we just gonna make sure you don't have no weapons in here. This is Florida. I keep saying it's very different from New York or New Jersey. It wouldn't be very commonplace for somebody in Jersey to just casually have a firearm in their purse, it's not normal. And even then, you might want to be safe because you're inviting people into your home. You get me? So that's just what it is. You know what I mean? It ended in a in the best way it could, with clearly no loss of life or no violence, which